Good morning, guys. Today is Monday. I am meeting someone that I've only met once before. She just had a baby, I think 3 weeks ago now. We just decided to meet up because I don't really have any new mom friends and she doesn't really have any new mom friends. So we decided to meet up and just kind of chat about how it's going. And yeah, it's just gonna be really nice to have someone to talk to who kind of understands what I'm going through. I was supposed to be up and ready about an hour ago, but Axel has just been really fussy. Sorry, my throat is just itching like crazy. When we went to bed yesterday, I fed him, we put him down, sleep, then he just threw up all over the place. Called the doctor and he wanted to see him over video chat. He did, and he didn't think anything of it, so we did go to sleep, took his temperature, and he didn't have a fever. Now we're just kind of watching him closely, but we went to bed. I slept with him with me, and I just woke up every hour or so, maybe more, to check on him because I was just so worried. I've never felt this kind of worry before. Like, it's so crazy to actually have the responsibility of this little human's life. I was just waking up every now and then and checking on him. Then at like 6 a.m. he decided he didn't want to sleep anymore. Also, he was so hungry because I just fed him and he threw up like way more than I fed him. So he was so hungry, but I just fed him, so I didn't have that much milk left. It was just not a fun experience. We're hoping that it's just a once in a lifetime experience. We don't want him to ever go through that again. He has just been so fussy. He woke up at like 6 a.m. He was so fussy. He wanted to eat all the time. I have been feeding him ever since then. It's like 9 a.m. now, so 3 hours. I'm trying to be really good at eating a lot today and drinking a lot of water because I just really want to boost my milk supply, and I want to make sure that I have enough nutrients to produce more milk for him. But yeah, if you've ever experienced anything like this, please comment, because I really want to know why this happens and if there's anything we can do to prevent it. Please let me know if it's normal, because that was really scary. Now I'm gonna get ready. I am in such a rush. This weekend we had my in-laws over. They came to visit us for 3 days and it was really nice to see them again. I just feel like when you have a little baby, it's just really difficult to fit people in your schedule, especially for 3 days. We had no idea how he was gonna react to being held by so many different people, not getting to sleep as much. Like, he basically did not sleep at all. It's just a lot of things happening and he was getting really fussy. And normally he's a quite calm baby. Usually he doesn't really say anything. He didn't sleep much, which meant that I was feeding him a lot more than I used to. He's the kind of baby that will just eat even though he's full. Like, that's something we have experienced a lot with him. He just keeps eating, which is also why he is gaining a lot of weight and growing really fast. He also just is a really hungry baby. It's also about like feeling safe and stuff. So I really want to provide that to him. I really want to provide that safety. I don't know if that makes sense, but I really want to have that safe space for him. So yeah, he was feeding a lot throughout this weekend, way more than he used to. So I'm thinking that that might be the cause of why he was throwing up. Like, maybe I have been overfeeding him. I feel like that's the most probable cause. I am so tired today. No idea when I am going to have time to schedule in a nap. I have been struggling a lot with breastfeeding in the first few weeks. Actually, up until 3rd week, I guess. I still am. Like, there's ups and downs. months, but it has gotten a lot better. I don't really feel pain anymore. I mean, I do feel pain when he latches on, but it's for like 10 seconds and then it goes away, and it's much less than what I was feeling throughout those first few weeks. Like, that was insane. I have done a lot of research. I wouldn't necessarily advise people to do a lot of research before giving birth about breastfeeding, because it is really difficult to prepare for something that you don't really get a chance to experience before giving birth. I just kind of didn't really realize that once you give birth, it's not just we're gonna figure it out along the way. It's like you give birth and then you have to breastfeed. You know, giving birth is like, that's gonna happen. It's inevitable. You can't just say, well, I haven't practiced giving birth, so I'm not gonna do it. Like, that's gonna happen. Your body knows how to do it naturally. And I guess I thought that breastfeeding would come to me naturally as well, but it just didn't, and it doesn't for a lot of women. And I wasn't really aware of it. I think I was just naive, because I have heard people say that. I was just like, well, that's not gonna happen for me. I'm gonna be able to do it. And I thought that if I wasn't able to breastfeed, I just wouldn't, and then just formula feed my baby. But you might not feel that way once you're in it, because you go through a lot of pain and you're just way too exhausted and just confused. Like, you've obviously just given birth, you just have a lot of emotions, just want to do what's best for your baby, and like, honestly, you just want to do what's the easiest thing to do. For most people, that's breastfeeding, and for some people it isn't the easiest thing to do, and obviously not everyone can breastfeed. It becomes such a struggle, and you feel like you go through so much pain. You fight for it, so you don't want to give it up. You don't want that pain and time and energy that you put into it to be wasted. It has gotten so much better, but those first few weeks, I'm so amazed at myself of how I got through that. I look at myself giving birth and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. But looking back at those first few weeks of breastfeeding, I feel like I am the coolest person alive. My mental health was so bad in those few weeks because I was just struggling so much and I didn't feel like I could get help anywhere. And I felt like I was failing as a mother. I'm kind of left with the feeling now that I am not sure if I'm gonna do it again. Just now am I getting to experience all the great things about breastfeeding. Okay, I'm actually really in a rush now. I can't fit any of my jeans, any of my skirts. Like, my hips have just gotten so wide. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to buy new ones. Like, I'm the same weight that I used to be before birth, but my body is just different. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting ready and I'll get back to you guys later. Then things kind of took a turn because he threw up again and we called the doctor, who said that they would like to see him, but because it was late in the evening, we had to go to the emergency room and get him checked out. Luckily, nothing was wrong with him. He was doing fine. Apparently, it's pretty normal for newborns to throw up sometimes, but I can just feel the mom worry really kicking in. But he's all right and he's doing good. No worries. ended up sitting outside of the party just trying to console him. He was crying and he didn't want to go to sleep, and the music was way too loud for him to just sit with me. I didn't even get through my meal before he started crying. Obviously, that's what babies do. I was just feeling so optimistic about going. I thought that maybe I would have a good time, but obviously that's not how it turned out, but that's okay. I don't feel as limited. I think it's okay that I went. I think it's pretty nice actually that I got to see them all and show my face and know that I still want to participate whenever I can. Obviously it is going to be different now, mostly because I'm breastfeeding, so I need to bring him with me. That wasn't the problem at all. I feel like the problem was that the music was so loud that I couldn't just sit with him. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind, because of course it's a party and people are gonna wanna listen to music. Yeah, people get drunk, and yeah, I could just feel like towards the end people were getting pretty tipsy, so I just decided that it was the best idea to go home. I kind of felt like it was more my needs being met, the fact that I went, and not so much his. I needed to take him home. Yeah, I'm just really excited to get home and get in bed, and I'm excited for him to not be around so many people and just have some peace and quiet around him. I'll see you guys at home.